Hey gang, Scott Perry here, Encore life coach and author of The Art of Encore Living with day 3 of 30 Days of Encore. So in 30 Days of Encore, what I'm doing is I'm sharing an over-the-shoulder look at the launch of my new book, The Art of Encore Living, a guide to find fulfillment, forge meaning, and make a difference in the second half of life. And I'm also sharing updates about the community of readers being built inside the Success Finder app. The community is called the Legacy Circle. It's inside the Art of Encore Living community, inside Success Finder. And we are getting ready to host our very first live call with readers of the book who are going to go further in their adventures in Encore Living with a quick training from me to how they can catalyze their journey, and then a live Q&A session where they can share questions and reflections. So if you want more information about the guide, leave guide in the comments and I'll tell you where you can find the Art of Encore Living book. And if you're interested in joining this free community called the Legacy Circle inside Success Finder, go ahead and just put community inside the comments there, and I'll be happy to share that information with you. What I want to do today is review the numbers, and then I want to also just riff rant a little bit about the meaning and the importance of community. So what I'm going to do first is share with you my screen and share the latest numbers on the book. I think this is the right window. Okay, so you can see that yesterday we had a whopping 2 sales. I happen to have accidentally taken a peek at today's number. We already have 2 sales today as well. These, may not be the kind of numbers that you normally see people bragging about, but I'm really excited because day 3 of the launch, which, as I've already admitted, I did a really poor job of building the runway to the launch of this book. Most of my other books launched as bestsellers on Amazon. This one, surprisingly, even though we've only sold a little over 10 copies, has already hit number 1 as a top seller in the category of 1-hour parenting and relationships short reads. I have no idea, but it just goes to show that you don't need to have huge numbers to rank on Amazon. My guess is that sometime in the next 30 days, we are going to rank in one of the categories that I was hoping to rank in. So that's the number for today in terms of book sales. And where are we with the Success Finder community? The Art of Encore Living community now has 22 members. Yesterday we had 18, so we increased by 4. I think the day before that we increased by 5. So the community is growing. My hope is that because we're going to be having our first live digital campfire conversation coming up really, really soon, that we'll have some more members in there to brag about tomorrow on day 4. And so that's what's going on. Again, if you want more information about the guide, leave guide in the comments. If you want more information about the community, leave community in the comments. I'll be happy to share links. No pressure, no obligation. The community is absolutely free. I'm just hoping to really catalyze people's journey with the guide so that they can actually step through their challenges and into possibility, making the difference only they can make in the second half of life and playing their game all in and full out. What I wanted to do today is just reflect a little bit on the power of community. So some of you have been a leader in other communities. I was a head coach for 5 years at Akimbo Workshops. These are workshops created by Seth Godin. I coached in almost every single one of the workshops that he created, and also in some of the ones that other people created there. And it's a place where I really learned the value, not just of community, but of working in community. Putting yourself on the hook, showing up, standing up to be seen, speaking up to be heard, showing your work, and being held to account for your daily practice, this practice of building the habit of showing up to do the real work, of making the difference only you can make, of building skill, of refining your talent, connecting your work with people that would benefit from it. And so I'm doing the same thing now in the Legacy Circle community uh, or group inside the Art of Encore Living community, inside the Success Finder platform. And here's just some thoughts. Community is where we find belonging and build identity. And we do this around shared beliefs and attitudes. How do we do this? I think part of it is com- communication. It's, we connect with each other in community through common language. We have slang and signals that we use that help us see that, we're people like us and we're here to do things like this, to quote my friend Seth Godin. And then, that enables us to commune. Okay. And this has nothing to do with, what people of my generation might think of in terms of what commune means. It's commune. We are engaged in what I would say are, intimate conversations. We are talking about our dreams and our desires, our aspirations. We're talking about our fears and our challenges. And we're in these intimate conversations, communicating this so that we can step through those challenges and step into possibility, getting closer and closing the gap in terms of getting to what we really want in the second half of life, would be what we would say inside the Legacy Circle Committee group inside the Art of Encore Living community. And then the last thing is communion. And this is where I get to wave my woo-woo flag a little bit, but, communion is about, I guess, one way to think about it is, I grew up Catholic, so obviously communion has a very specific religious connotation to me, but I'm not practicing, and I have a broader definition of what the divine means, what sacred means. And communion is when we're engaged in sacred intercourse, where I recognize the divinity within me, the divinity within you, the divinity, the divine that permeates, all things and all throughout the universe. And it helps build this feeling of interconnectedness where, we belong in a community. We might even create communities within community. That's always my hope, having a more decentralized approach to community where people feel empowered to step into their leadership abilities and create smaller gatherings inside the community, but also outside the community, because that's how communities remain vibrant and healthy and resilient and grow. So that's a little bit of riff ranting about community. If these ideas sound interesting to you and you're ready to let go of the expectations and the desires that you were schooled for and occupied by the first half of life, and instead step into your potential to make the difference only you can make, play your game and live your legacy in the second half of life. I hope you'll consider grabbing a copy of The Art of Encore Living. Again, leave guide in the comments. I'll send you some links where you can get that on and off Amazon. And if you would like to join a group of fellow travelers doing the real work of building identity, forging meaning, finding fulfillment, making the difference only they can make in the second half of life, I hope you'll consider joining the Legacy Circle group inside the Art of Encore Living community, inside the Success Finder group or platform. If you want information about that, leave community in the comments and I'll be happy to share a link. The community is absolutely free. The calls are absolutely free. I just want to help catalyze your adventures in mastering the art of encore living. So that's today's update, day 3 of 30 Days of Encore. Thank you for the gift of your time and attention. And until day 4, be well, do good, have fun.